What's up, Tell 'em Gang? It's your boy Two Times, and I'm back with another boxing session. And today we're gonna be talking about TURKI Al-SHEIKH, the new owner of Ring Magazine and RIYADH season. Is it good for boxing? Is RIYADH season good for boxing? And I would say yes and no. It all depends on how you want to look at it. TURKI Al-SHEIKH is here for the fans. TURKI Al-SHEIKH is here for the fans. He's not here for the fighter. So what I mean by that is TURKI Al-SHEIKH is making our dream fights come true. We want to see Tank versus Ryan, Tank versus Devin, Tank versus Shakur, and those type of fights he's making. Now, is Shakur ready to fight Tank is the question. Not really. His hands ain't ready. Shakur don't need to be fighting Tank for another 2 years. Rightfully so. Put the fight on. We want it. So what he's gonna do is make that fight. Would not be surprised if I see Tank versus Shakur this year. I don't think Shakur really wants that fight this year. He wanted if Shakur plan on retiring soon, yeah. But I don't think that's what he really want. I think he want a Williams Cepeda. He wants somebody else. You know what I'm saying, before a Tank, because he really needs to test himself on some real firepower. He did look great last night. That's cool, but I would say like TURKI Al-SHEIKH is making a fight for us. Terrance Crawford versus Canelo. That's a fight for us. We want to see that fight. That's not a tough fight for Terrance Crawford. Now, don't get me wrong. Terrance Crawford will make a lot of money in that fight. So yes, that's a fight for Terrance Crawford in that case. If I could make $40-50 million in one fight, yes, that's the fight I want. Give me that fight. Any real one, I'm gonna let you know that. Let me get that. Give me that challenge. But is that best for Terrance Crawford legacy? Do we need to see Terrance Crawford fight Canelo to prove that he's great? He could fight Virgil Ortiz. He could fight a couple other life fights, but those are not the big money fights. Canelo is the money fight. So yeah, he got to go that route to fight that. That's not an even matchup for me, and I feel like it's a little unfair for Bud, but it is what it is. That's the fight he got. But you see, that fight is for us. It's not for Bud. If he does it and he pull it off, great. But that's not the fight that Bud ever thought he was gonna see himself in, ever prepare himself for, anything. Now, okay, let's go. Let's talk about Martin McCauley. Saturday night, Martin McCauley. Martin McCauley now has a second round TKO on his record, which is not reflective of who Martin McCauley is as a fighter at all. He just got there at 2:00 in the morning and was fighting by 2 o'clock. Like, so Martin McCauley is like, now he got this record of a second round TKO on his record, when that's not really reflective on him, but he got the money to come and fight. Josh Padley, he got another loss on his record, but now at the same time, he got to fight one of the best fighters in the world and really evaluate himself on a level, and he got the biggest payday of his life, and he's able now to never go be an electrician again, actually put all his efforts into being a boxer and come back on that stage again. Let me get another fight. Let me prove myself again. I was really set up to lose. Martin McCauley the same way. Now, hopefully, he still get Martin McCauley his second fight up in May, because that's not reflective of who Martin McCauley is, the number one boogeyman in the heavyweight division. In that fight, he got knocked out. You see him shake it off because he wasn't ready. He wasn't fight ready, but he still came and showed up. I would too. If I was a fighter, that's what I've been fighting for my whole life. I'm not 100% in shape, but I'm in shape enough to go get this money. You gonna give me $4-5 million to go up in here last minute by tomorrow in my account? Oh, okay. All I gotta do is show up. I'm showing up. That's what you a fighter for. I take the L on my record, but now just make sure Martin McCauley get another fight so he can really show who he is. Because nobody is taking that loss against Martin McCauley as nobody's gonna hold that against him. Even Joseph Parker not holding it against him. Joseph Parker ain't talking crazy like, I'm so happy I stopped him. F McCauley, I'm the monster now. No, because he know that's not how fighting is. He know you need a training camp. You need to get your timing right, your punch resistance right. That's what you go to camp for. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going up in there and getting hit by a whole solid guy and just knocked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. And that's why Shakur is getting criticized so much, because you don't see him Because you see him around here talking about how much better he is and levels above everybody, and he talking all this stuff about his win against Josh Padley, and he went 9 rounds with Padley, barely even stopped him. So now people is critiquing him like, dude, you went 9 rounds with an electrician, but you're supposed to be the best in the world. Anybody can get up in there and fight you because you're scared to get hit. Everybody is dangerous type of guy. So that's just the difference, you know what I'm saying? But then you got like Jared Anderson going to fight Martin McCauley last time on that Madrimov undercard. Madrimov being on that card. If you were a person like Oscar De La Hoya and Kid Schofield, you don't want Kid Schofield, and you trying to build Kid Schofield as this star. He's your next star. He's your next Sean Porter type of vibe. Big pay-per-view star. You don't send him in there Red Eye season to get beat by a Gervonta Davis or a Shakur Stevenson real bad, and then he don't got the experience to on those type of levels. He never fought on that type of level before. You see what I'm saying? So I can see why he wouldn't want him to fight him. You see what I'm saying? He would want him to fight somebody on his level more. So more so experienced. His hardest fight was Renee. You see what I'm saying? Shakur had harder fights. You know what I'm saying? He fought on a higher level before, more champions before. So that's why it's like, if you're the fighter, yeah, I want that bag. Give me my $1 million. You see what I'm saying? Let me get that. Martin McCauley ain't had to pay nobody. He just flew straight out there. He put that money right on my back. He ain't had to pay no training camp or nothing. But then you got people like Du Bois and Kid Schofield who paid for whole training camps to get out there and not even get paid. So it's like, not to say that's not TURKI Al-SHEIKH and none of them fault, but I think he should pay those guys for that, for not being able to fight, because it's the only reason they wasn't sick is because they came out there. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, but now we got Martin McCauley would have lost on his record. Padley would have lost on his record. But they got paid. And that's what it's all about as a fighter, is getting that big pay that you working your whole, you training all these years from a kid and pay, so you can get that one big payday to make it all worth it. And that's what he's doing. That's how he's getting these fighters to take these fights, because that's what he's doing. He's giving them these big paydays so they can take these fights, and it's worth the risk of losing. You know, but at the same time, he's giving these fighters these 3-4 fight deals, because he's like, in those 3-4 fights, you could be not who we want to see anymore. Like Deontay Wilder, he had them 2-3 fights, and now we don't really want to see Deontay Wilder wash him up. He washed up. It's over with for Deontay Wilder. That's what everybody want to say now. And you got people like Teofimo Lopez. I feel like that's gonna be his case. He gonna lose a couple of these fights, and we're not gonna want to see him after that 3-4 fight deal with Al-SHEIKH. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, why would we want to see you? You already lost. So, and then you fight that level of competition. Teofimo Lopez is a perfect example. Ryan Garcia, a perfect example. You fighting guys, you fighting these high level competition of guys without giving your body a break and taking on a lower level of competition. You gotta, mix it in. Fight some elite fighters, then fight a CB plus fighter. You don't gotta fight all elite. Well, that take a toll on a fighter body. I don't think TURKI Al-SHEIKH understand that yet, and he will understand that as time go on. But it's just, I don't think he at that. He don't get that part of it yet. I mean, so yeah, I do feel like he is very good for boxing the sport, and it's gonna find out season. But I don't think you should throw your guy in there so soon, not knowing if he is who they say he is yet. Like, Kid Schofield should have been on that card. I wanted to see the fight, and I loved the fight. It was a great fight, but I don't feel like Kid Schofield, if Oscar was really building him like he said, no, I don't want you to fight him because I got bigger plans for him, because I don't want him to lose right now. If he lose, I don't feel like he's ready for this fight. And that's a good promoter, really. You see what I'm saying? But we got TURKI Al-SHEIKH probably going to put on a Gervonta Davis and Tank fight, knowing that Shakur ain't going to be, Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Shakur fight, knowing that Shakur ain't really ready for that fight. He's just not. It is what it is. Shakur is not really ready for that fight. Hands is messed up. It's all bad. Not ready for that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, but if he take it, he take it. Get his payday and get up out of there. It is what it is. If Shakur hands messed up, he can't do this for too much longer. I just think them having an interview or seconds out, his hands is looking like this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop a picture up in there with it. His hands is like it's swole as hell. He can't even give him a dap at the end of the video. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I understand his hands probably always like that after a fight, but it just shows you when you fighting somebody like Tank, he gonna make you hit with them hands, them guards. When people don't realize that that like Virgil Ortiz, they say he got beat up by Madrimov. No, he didn't. That's for your gloves being like this, hitting your face. Boom, 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 boom. That's why Tank get that. Boom, boom, because he got his face, he got his hands right here. So he get hit, you hitting him, and he covering his body. That's the same thing with Virgil Ortiz and Madrimov. Madrimov is another example. Madrimov ain't the greatest fighter to me. Like, he's good, but he's not great. But just he get on that big stage and get to fight somebody like Terrance Crawford. Oh my God, he's so great now. We never knew. But no, he just went 12 rounds with one of the greats, and now you think he's great. So now, bam, now it gives Madrimov another chance to show he's great again against Virgil Ortiz. So now we getting to see who all is really the best, but at the same time, Madrimov might have been pushed into those fights a little too early. Madrimov probably could have beat Terrance Crawford if he had waited like 5 or 6 more fights to take that fight. He probably could have beat Virgil Ortiz if he waited like 6 more fights to take that fight. You know what I'm saying? It would have been more of a fairer fight. So he kind of throwing a lot of people out there maybe a little too soon. It's a good matchup, but maybe it's a little too soon. But obviously those was both two good matchups because Madrimov took both of those guys 12s, and both of those guys usually stop people. And now we want to see Crawford versus Ortiz. You see what I'm saying? So it's like he keep building these fights. And like Jared Anderson get that big payday to fight Bacoli the second time. I mean, on that Madrimov undercard with Terrance Crawford. You see what I'm saying? Like, he's presenting these life-changing opportunities for the fighters, but at the same time, if you want to slow cook your fighter, if you that type of Oscar De La Hoya, Bob Arum, and Keyshawn, if you one of them type of promoters, I wouldn't advise that route because TURKI Al-SHEIKH is here for boxing and the fans. He want us to put the best fights on as we can at the time. Whoever the top name, that's what we want to see. And that's not always going to be good for each individual fighter unless the money is crazy. Like Canelo, I want $150 million to fight Benavidez. That's not beneficial for Canelo. When he said that, and when he first started ducking Benavidez, it's not in his best intentions to fight him at this time because this kid got a big chance of beating me, and if I let him beat me, then it would derail all the money I could be making in the next few years. So I'm not saying that's cool to do for Canelo. I'm just saying if Canelo's thinking about Canelo's own pockets and own future as the fighter, what would be best for him? He already got the name. That's why I need 150. If y'all want me fighting right now, give me 150 because that's what I'm gonna make on these other fights, and that's what y'all gonna try to play me after I lose to him, and y'all gonna be. You see what I'm saying? So it's not always he is definitely compensating his fighters. Don't get me wrong, lovely. He's paying them the most they ever get paid, but they taking these risks because they getting paid the most they get paid, and they really probably not be ready for it. Like, was Jared Anderson ready for Bacoli? Is Kid Schofield really ready for Shakur? You see what I'm saying? Pally definitely wasn't ready to go up in there and fight Shakur 4 days notice, but now Pally got that loss on his professional record. Now Bacoli got a second round TKO loss on his professional record, but at least Bacoli got one of the best highlights in boxing period with that shakeoff. He gonna be a legend for that forever. Martin Bacoli, the legend for that forever. That shakeoff was legendary. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Am I tripping? It's TURKI Al-SHEIKH. I know he's good for boxing, but as my assessment of this whole RIYADH season and TURKI Al-SHEIKH, right? He's there for us and the fighters, the fans. What he do for the fighters is he's compensation. He's compensating them for they fighting, and he giving them what they've been looking for this whole fight journey is the money. But if that fighter is looking for that legacy, they should probably go another route because they can, as the come up. Now I say he's there for the guys that's the Josh Taylors and the older guys the progress who's already done cemented their foot in the ground, and we just want to see those great matchups again. That's great for them. But the guys on the come up and trying to build their name, I don't say you should go have a Carmel Moulton going up in there and fighting a Shakur, or Carmel Moulton going up in there fighting Gervonta Davis at this level. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not ready for that level of competition yet. Not to say he can't win, and we won't want to see it, and we would love to see it. It's just Carmel Moulton will be the underdog because he's just not ready yet. You know what I'm saying? And not that he won't never be ready, he's just not yet. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. Boxing is something you can't cheat. You know what I'm saying? It takes time to be great. So let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Is your boy TURKI Al-SHEIKH who they say he is? Is he good for boxing? Is he not? That's just me. And I'll see y'all tomorrow in another video.